Good evening, everybody. So this one's going to be about why the narcissist misses you. The narcissist is going to miss you. The narcissist misses you because you've never meant them harm. You always meant them good, and they know what they are. They're just a complete abuser. But you know and they know. It's kind of like if you were to set everything on the table. They know and you know. But they're not going to talk about it, that they're abusers. And in this abuse, they know who put up with it and really tried. And that says a lot. I mean, whether or not you hate the narcissist now or they hate you, I'm just saying, you kind of have some right to hate them, but they don't have a right to anything because how they treated you was so subpar that you deserve the most bountiful apology that's on the face of the earth, man. Somebody will probably call me a narcissist because of that. But I'm serious. I mean, you and I both know, being an empath, how much crap they put you through, how evil they can be once they shut those doors, lock them, and shut the blinds, and it's just you and them. The people out there don't get it, and they will never believe you. Never. I believe you, but they won't believe you, and they won't believe me either. But it makes you think, in the Bible, or even in the family, they call us the black sheep, and a sheep is somebody who's not trying to hurt nobody. We were born here. We didn't ask to be born here. We didn't ask for the family that we got. We didn't ask for any of this. Now, neither did they, in their defense, but at least we came at people with respect and honor and trust. And all we wanted was that in exchange for what we gave, And most of the time we were humble, and we were humble, if nothing else, because our family had beat us down since childbirth so bad that it made us humble. Because when you get beat down bad enough, it does one of two things. You're either going to be humble. It'll show you what true humility will look like because you're at the end of the road and you need grace and you just want peace in your life. Or apparently you can become arrogant. It's not just apparently, because we did feel those things coming onto us as well. We just refused them because we knew it wasn't right, y'all. But for so many people on this earth to go that route, I think that's what puts us in so much amazement. That there's that many people that would choose to go that way. I don't know, man. Goodness is the only way, I mean, we might do stupid things to ourselves, but we don't hurt people, man. We don't hurt people like that. And if we did, it's because we had to deal with so much stupid stuff when we were kids, man, that it's like they put you in a cycle of that stuff, unbeknownst to you. And you did it by accident. And that's one thing. And, I would accept that. And the times that I've done that. But the narcissist does it on purpose, man, every day, all the time. And it's interesting because when you know the Lord, or you've been trying to do good and righteous in your heart every day, and then you've dealt with this higher end sociopathic narcissist type after you've had a couple before that were lesser, and it's like, yo, man, maybe I got the whole standard wrong. Maybe I've been doing really good, and I've been way too hard on myself my whole life. Because when you compare yourself with the narcissist, but you don't want to do that because they're a poor standard. But they're so bad. And I know y'all have done this, where you compare. It's like, man, I'm pretty good. If this is what these fools are doing every day, And it's like they always got to win. You can't just make amends. You got to win every time. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can have the win, man. Just leave me out of it. I just want the peace. But that's why I think they turned it into calling it a game. You know, when you're on the side of the enemy, it's all about a win because you're going against God. And the only thing that you could focus on, really, the most serious thing you could focus on is winning this war between heaven and hell. But it's so futile and they still don't get it. You can't defeat the creator of everything, especially when he is goodness. And you're the lie. And that's what the enemy is. That's what he's trying to do. But everybody that's related to the enemy is like, it's a war and it's winning and losing. And that's why on the streets and between narcissists, they call it a game. Because what do you do in a game? You win or you lose, and that's it. So it's just short for the win-loss situation. But I feel like they come into our world, and they're not us. They're like aliens. It's like the alien takeover that everybody's waiting on to come. It's been here, y'all. They just look like us, but if you were to unzip this skin on them guys, those guys, they're like demonic aliens or some shit. They're not humanity. It's the weirdest thing when you deal with them, and you deal with one that's really dark, and you deal with one that's really into, like, they're just soulless. Like, I've had a few of them before I woke, but what shook me awoke was the last one was just so soulless and evil, but only behind closed doors for the most part. And I remember when I woke up to this, I told her, I was like, you come into our world and you act like us, and you think this is a damn game. This is our life. This is our soul that's at stake. And you come into our world and you think it's funny. You think it's just a game you're playing. It's not a game. It's life. I remember saying that. And I remember saying when I was really upset, I was like, you're going straight to the fiery pit of hell. You're going to be down there with the rest of the narcissists spinning around on a skewer. Like a skewer that holds a pig or something over a hot fire. Or you're going to be in the lake of fire and nobody's going to hand you a towel because you ain't never leaving. Those are some of the things I'd said, and that wasn't probably a good idea. But really, all the evil stuff that she did to me, it's like, man, I don't even know if that even is anything to bother. I don't even think it bothered this individual. That's how evil they are. It's like the most evil thing you could think of is what they just want to hug. But why they miss you is because they're hopeless. They're hopeless and they have no love. And if you could ask them, and if they could reverse all this today, maybe they wouldn't. But I think some of them would, if they could take that covenant that they made with the enemy back and get their love back and start all over. Some of them would. And why they came to you is because you were the closest thing, the closest individual that they could get to God. Because if you know the Lord, you have a way to him, and you have him in here. And most of the people that they met, they didn't know God. And they were probably very similar. They had no hope either. Because this is how it works. How it works is who you are is generally who you're going to get. Something similar. Because of that, you can call it a vibration, whatever you want to call it, low life. But it's kind of like if you go on websites to get a quick, hot date, chances are you're going to get another narcissist, right? Well, who goes on there? 80% of them are narcissists. And the 20% of good ones are either damaged individuals, pretty far damaged. So they're toxic as well. And then there's the other percentage that are on there and they're trying to get a good relationship and they don't know any better. And they're turning all the evil people down on the first date. So what happens is like I said, if you're a narcissist, you're going to end up with another narcissist if you go online or somebody else toxic. It's just how it works. And where you go to find people because of your self-esteem, it's like to a certain point to where we think sometimes our self-esteem's not that great, but there's this it's like negative. So where they go to get individuals when they're desperate, it's whatever the level they are is where they would go to find them. That's all. I'll just leave it there. And chances are whatever pedestal you had them on, even though they did all this crappy stuff, it's still too high, but you're just extra nice. It's still higher than it should be, and it's higher than those other people that they're getting out there are looking at them as. But when you're highly lovable, you give people, well, we understand we gave them too many opportunities and chances, and we don't do that no more, but you also kind of go light on people sometimes, too much. So chances are wherever you think they are in the crappiest version that they are, chances are the people that they're actually getting out there are probably labeling them on the right level, which is much lower than you're giving them, because you're giving them grace still, even though you probably don't think you are. This is the thing. They don't control themselves. And they've given up their soul. And it's sad. It's a sad thing. If they could reverse it, would they? Maybe. Did they? Maybe outside of that devil that has complete control over them, do they care? There is no telling. But what is telling is that you can't change a damn thing, and they're as evil as can be. So probably not. Because if God left them to that, you got to know He knows them better than we do, and He don't make mistakes. Even though you think the narcissist is a mistake, he doesn't make mistakes. They turn themselves into a mistake. But like I said, they made every wrong decision. I mean, a lot of times you think you're naive, but you still have your soul. So how naive were they? And I'm not being pompous. I'm in complete humility. It's a sad situation, and I've been going down this type of stuff, away to narcissism, for years and years now. So forgive me if I'm further along than somebody else. And you're like a rookie, because the rookie just doesn't get it sometimes. And I understand that. Usually the rookie doesn't understand that. And they might say things like, I can't believe you'd say that. Or you have no hope for the narcissist. But when I was a rookie, I did just like you. I'm talking to a rookie. But after years and years of research, you will be the same way I am in 4 years. You'll be like, no, I agree now. But when I was a rookie, I get it though, it's cool. God can save him. He could, but he did put that scripture in there about the reprobate, and it seems as if they completely line up with it for the day and the hour that we live, the way that they act and operate. There's nothing good that seems to be in them, and you can use our technology to go over the whole face of the earth, and you can't find one that's been healed. And I think that's a pretty good amount of information that can solidify that scripture. Could I be wrong? Yeah. But they're so bad. They'll even fake the crap to come back. That's what's really bad. It's like, it's one thing to fake it when they just met you. But when they fake it even when they want to come back, that's crappy, man. It's such a betrayal. I mean, it turns your whole world upside down so bad. It's the most traumatic thing you'll probably ever go through. It's mind-blowing. You'll never be the same, man. Most people just don't get it. They think everything's a joke, y'all. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to the mall. That's all. The world is not as though it seemed, y'all. They will miss you because you are the best thing, the closest thing they could get to God, to a plug to God. And not to give you any credit, it's just the truth. The truth is when you have behavior like they have, they are completely cut off, y'all. And they seem to like what they're doing. Yeah, they have shame. Yeah, they have a low self-esteem. Yeah, the devil picks it up. But they like it. It's hard to go with any psychologist or psychiatrist or therapist, man, when they're all talking just about this physiological stuff, man, psychological stuff. And you can't touch on the spiritual. The spiritual is 50% of what you make up is spiritual, y'all. I mean, you could have the brain and the matter and all these moving parts, man, but you need something to spark it. You're just not an anatomical individual. You're a spirit being. And if nothing on this earth or in this earth system makes you believe in God, it's the essence of your spirit that should. Because that is unexplainable. I don't care how much anatomical fluid is going in and out of here and around and circulating throughout your body. Build a robot and put a spirit in it and make it move. Actually, don't do that because it would be a demon. But really, the most special thing in this world system is how God can put his spiritual creation into an anatomical body. And we're talking about all different types, even animal nature. The tigers and the lions, they have spirits too. I mean, they're different, but it's fascinating. A fish in the sea, you know? It's just fascinating. And we think we're so great, but we can't even build a fish and put a spirit in it and make it swim like it does. We can't create that. We're not that smart, y'all. Not when you compare us to God. We are like, and to hear people talk all pompous and stuff, it's ridiculous. It's like we're like a drawing is what we could create to compare to what he makes. And he made us too. But anyway, not to keep you, but you're special, man. And you woke up for a reason. But not to save the narcissist. So until next time, sold you up. Give me a like, subscription. Love y'all. Peace. We out.